Welcome back, my dear students. Welcome back, everyone. Another topic in organizational behavior. Today, we will talk about the perception. What we know with the word perception. What is the perception? What do we mean by perception? Perception is the process of receiving information about and making sense of the world around us. It involves deciding which information to notice, how to categorize that information, where to put it as example in our brains, where to classify it, and how to interpret it, and how we can interpret it. As example, we know that the traffic signal, the red light, means to stop. So this is how we interpret the red light in the traffic signal. It means stop. Okay, how to interpret it within the framework of our existing knowledge. Based on our knowledge and my experience about the traffic light, that when the traffic is red, that means that I have to stop moving and I have to keep standing till it becomes green. Shape opinion and decisions and actions as well. So this is the meaning of the perception. This is the meaning of the perception. Perception can be defined as a process by which individuals organize and interpret their sensory impressions. Look at this word, sensory impressions, in order to give meaning to their own environment. I want you to notice that people's behavior is based on their own perception of what reality is, not on reality itself. So the impression about what is it about, but not about the fact itself. The world as it is perceived is the world that is behaviorally important. Okay. I want you just to look now here at the chart below and say the color, not the words. The color, not the words. So as example, we'll see here. Actually, the color is green, but the word is yellow. So sometimes we will miss, we will say as example, yellow, because we read it. We will read it here. But the question is the color. Here orange, though it's blue. Here is red, because we are asking for the color. So your right brain tries to say the color, but your left brain insists on reading the word. That's how the perception of these words. Sensations and perceptions. Sensations and perception. The sensations is a response of physical sensory organ. Eye, the eye is to see. The listen, the ear is to hear. Hands are to touch. Nose to smell. Tongue to taste. So those are the sensations. Sensation thus is essentially as a physical process. Perception, on the other hand, essentially a psychological activity. It correlates, integrates, and comprehends diverse sensations to arrive at a meaningful conclusion. Sensation thus provides the basics or the basis for the perception. So the basic of the perception is the sensation. So based on the sensation, I will try to interpret in the figure of perception or in shade of perception. So sensation are the basic of the perception. Okay. Here we go now, the process of the perception. How does the perception go? Starting with receiving, then selecting, then organizing, interpreting, checking, reacting. Those are the steps of perception. Steps of perception: receiving, selecting, organizing, interpreting, checking, and reacting. Those are 5 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 steps. Receiving through the sensation, selecting, organizing, it's based on our own knowledge and our own experience, interpreting this and checking it, and reacting based on our own perception which we received. So first stage is the stage like receiving stimuli, selecting stimuli, organizing stimuli, interpret stimuli, check stimuli, and reacting to stimuli. Those are the steps. That is some points which I want to say in the part of the perception. So we'll have now a question about what do you mean by the perception, or define perception. And this is the first question today. Second question will be like this. This is define perception. And second question would be what is the relationship between sensation and perceptions? This will be our second question today. Discuss the relationship between sensations and perceptions. Here we go. This is our second question today. And our third question in this point is like what we will see now. Sorry about that. Discuss the process of perception. Discuss the process of perception. Discuss the process of perception. And this is the third step today. So here we go. We have here 3 steps, and here we go. So here are the 3 questions of today. Define perception. Discuss the relationship between the sensation and the perception. We said that the sensation precedes the perception. So we first have the sensation, then we percept based on this sensation. We experience our ideas and reactions based on the sensation. Discuss the process of perception, and this was the third question. And the process of perception, let me show you: receiving, selecting, organizing, interpreting, checking, and reacting. Those are the process of okay, the first question, perception. Define perception. The first question answer is perception can be defined as a process by which individuals organize and interpret their sensory impressions in order to give meaning to their environment. And the second question, the sensation and the perception. We said sensation thus is essentially for physical process. Perception, on the other hand, is essentially as a psychological activity. It correlates, integrates, and comprehends diverse sensations to arrive to a meaningful. So sensation, that's what we want. Sensation just provide the basis for the perception. By other meaning, sensation comes first, then perception comes second. This is the relationship between the between sensation and the word perception. Sensation and perception. And that was the second question. And the third question was the process of perception. And here are the process: receiving, selecting, organizing, interpreting, checking, reacting. And all I want you to remember is just the example which I said from a few minutes about the traffic signal. The sensation starts first when I see it eyes, the eyes can see it. Then it goes to be categorized in my brain based on my previous experience and based on my knowledge that the red light means not to move and the green light means to move or to walk. That was today's lecture, and I will stop here around 5 minutes to get the answers before I move into the second video. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Please work on these three questions. Could you please work on these three questions? Very appreciated to work on the three questions. Thank you so much.